What is up, everybody? Welcome into this Tuesday episode of Flippin Bats. We got one up, one down, one team or player on the rise, and another going in the opposite direction. We got Immaculate Grid, 90 seconds on the clock, seeing if I can go immaculate and maybe break my record. We will see. We also have some fan questions at the end. We got a lot going on. It's the last week of baseball. Let's get to it.
Ball onto the track, at the wall, it's gone! Home run!
Turns on a ball, deep right
What a game, what a moment. Happy Tuesday, my friends. I am joined by Alex Curry. And Alex, I just mentioned it. I have to update it. The last week of the regular season, there is certainly plenty of baseball left to be played this year.
Yes, there is, Ben. Yes, there
You are
is.
so creepy.
This will make sense in a moment. But Tiny Hands have entered the chat.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes, they have. One final week of the regular season.
I know.
There's a lot going on. AL West, NL wild card, craziness.
Yeah.
AL wild card. Honestly.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's going to be wild. So let's get right to it because we're getting things started with one up, one down, meaning we're going to pick a team, a player that has been on the rise, and one that is on probably the worst time of the season to be on the down.
Yeah.
So let's get started with our one up. Ben, who do you have?
I have the Cubs, winners of 3 in a row, entering the new week, are in that final wild card spot. It wasn't good for the Cubs, and before this win streak, it was really looking bad for them. Now they do have a tough end of the season schedule. They have the Braves and the Brewers left. But as of right now, they've played themselves into that spot with the 3 in a row. They got there, and the Marlins are right on their heels playing pretty good baseball as well. So they needed to win those 3 in a row to stay more secure in that spot. But it's right now in the NL wild card, there's all those teams vying for that final spot, and it's going to take a team doing. If you're not going on a 3-game win streak and doing what the Cubs are doing, you're going to fall out of a wild card spot. So it's about who is going to step up and go on a run here at the end, and the Cubs are doing that right now. So as we currently sit with a few days left in the season, the Cubbies are in a wild card spot. Who is yours, Alex?
Well, my one up is the team that finally wanted to get it going in the AL West. It is the Rangers. They took care of business at the right time. We talked about it. It was our tale of the tape on Friday. The Rangers and the Mariners, 7 of their last 10 games are against each other, and they went into this weekend series with the exact same record. So basically, both teams controlled their own destiny, and the Rangers came out and swept Seattle. Everybody stepped up. Friday was a battle that Texas held on to. Saturday, Adolis Garcia, hero of the game, just had a great game. And then Sunday, it was a really close battle. I thought Mariners were maybe going to come back and get it done, but they picked it up the last couple of weeks, the Rangers did, and they went 11-14 in their last 15 games up into that weekend series. They did what they needed to do to take control of the AL West right now. They play the Angels this week before they go back and play the Mariners again. And they also helped me win the tail of the tape. So I think I'm actually winning the tail of the tape this year. And we said whoever who lost was going to have to wear these tiny hands for a whole episode. And I think that's going to be Ben. I think Ben's going to have to wear these tiny hands.
Are we sure you won?
Yeah. We'll go back and we'll figure it out. But you're welcome. They have painted nails. They're beautiful.
Great.
You're going to have a great time. Let's have some not so happy talks here. Talk about the down. Who's your down this week?
My down is the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
It is downright embarrassing how bad they've been playing. Obviously can still get into the playoffs, but they've let the division race, I don't want to say get out of hand, but entering the new week, they're a couple games back.
It was theirs to lose. And then you run into, you have 4 series in a row. You have 4 series. 3 of them were against the A's and 2 against the Royals. Like that should have been easy.
4 series in a row. The sweep by the Kansas City Royals and the biggest series of the year. You get swept by the Kansas City Royals.
That's unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. The way that they have been playing is unacceptable. It's been really bad. They are my one down. And I'm kind of at a loss for the way, like they got themselves. It seemed like they were doing what they do every year, right? Like they're just treading water. They're there. And then, well, here are the Houston Astros. And then they're leading the division. And then they're the heavy favorites to win the division. And now it's just like, I haven't seen the Astros play a stretch of baseball this bad. 4 series, a couple weeks, a two-week stretch that is some of the worst I've ever seen the Astros play. And it's coming at the worst possible time. And obviously now in a huge series right now with the Mariners. Yeah. So we'll see if they can get it all turned around. But it has just been bad. And that weekend series sweep at the hands of the Kansas City Royals is just unacceptable. Who's yours?
You just mentioned them. My down is the Seattle Mariners. This was their moment to take advantage. They controlled their own destiny, just like the Texas Rangers did. They came into that weekend series with the exact same record and the opportunity to solidify a chance to get into the postseason. And they got swept. And it's heartbreaking because when it happens at this point of the season against your division rival with your opportunity to literally control your own destiny, this month has just been absolutely brutal for the Mariners. For a team that had one of the best runs since the All-Star break all the way through August, they've only won 2 series in the month of September. This is the worst time to go through a slump, and unfortunately, it's not looking good. I mean, it might they're playing these last 3 series are all their divisional rivals. And the good news is like they've had the Astros number this season. They're playing them right now, but then they're playing Texas again, who just swept them. So it's unfortunate, but it's sad to see the Mariners just kind of slump at the worst time of the season. Yeah,
it's the Mariners and the Astros both playing each other now after both of our downs. They're now playing each other, and it almost feels like whoever loses this series isn't going to make the playoffs.
No.
And we'll see what ultimately happens here throughout these few games, but really bad for both of them. I think one of the two of those teams will get into the playoffs. Yeah. Either the Astros or the Mariners would be my guess, but we'll see. None of them are playing good right now. No. Yeah. That's
how are you doing? You okay with this?
Yeah, I want to see them get in. It's just obviously frustrating watching them. Like that's how I watch them and I just get frustrated at like what is happening?
Yeah, it was bad.
And then you have Framber starting on the mound the other night and gives up 4 in the first inning, and you just look up. The game starts. You look down at your phone, and 30 seconds later they're in a hole and trying to climb out of it. And it's like I don't know if. I mean, I don't think this team is. I don't think they're pressing. They've had their backs against the wall in the playoffs for years now, but it's just weird. It's just I don't even know how to explain it. It's not a fun watch.
No,
they're really bad. It's bad baseball. And it's, I hope they figure it out here over the last 5-6 days of the season and can find a way in. We'll see.
It's tough, but I'm with you. I think whoever can kind of win this middle series right here after both Mariners and Astros getting swept over the weekend will have the better chance to kind of get that wild card spot. Yep. All right. Immaculate Grid time. Whew. Time for your favorite baseball game. Can Ben guess 9 players in 90 seconds? You went, was it 8 for 9 last week?
8 for 9 last time.
Okay.
I think I have a new tactic.
What's your new tactic?
I've sped up a bit, but I typically wait to see if it's right before I go on to the next one.
You just need to keep going.
And I'm done doing that. Okay. Typically, if I know it's right.
So you're calling out Logan for taking a long time typing
Logan
it in?
Logan is the guy behind the scenes that is typing in the answers. Logan has done a fantastic job. Except Jay Buhner. That was a tough one for him, but he struggled with that name a couple weeks ago. But Logan's done a great job. I just think I should not wait to take the time to type the name in. I think I just need to
going.
I just need to go.
Rapid fire.
Yeah.
Okay. let's see if Ben can be immaculate again. We got 90 seconds on. We have Yankees on the top, 40-plus home run season, 100-plus RBI season up top, and then down the side, Padres, Cardinals, Phillies. Are you ready?
Okay.
90 seconds on the clock. Let's go.
Okay, I'll do all the accolades. Padres, 40-plus homers, Adrian Gonzalez. Padres, 100-plus RBI, Manny Machado. Cardinals, 40-plus homer, Albert Pujols. Cardinals, 100-plus RBI, Matt Holliday. Phillies, 40-plus homer, Kyle Schwarber. 100-plus RBIs, Bryce Harper. Yankees, Padres. Matt Carpenter. Yankees, Cardinals, Jordan Montgomery. Yankees, Phillies, David Robertson.
Oh my gosh. 56 seconds left to go. You got that with 56.
Let's go.
That's your best one yet.
Woo!
Your new strategy worked.
Well, the new strategy was really helped by having two
Accolades.
Accolades or milestones at the top. That was great. Shout out Logan, rolling back there. Rolling.
Great job.
That was great. Wow.
How do
New
you
record
feel?
there. I feel great.
That was fun because we went from like talking about downs and like really frustrated watching the Astros and Mariners to absolutely dominating that Immaculate Grid. Good job.
I feel immaculate.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
You should.
Wow, that was great.
Good job.
Thank you. Good job, Logan.
Yeah.
All right, it is question time now.
Thank yous.
Grab my bat.
Let's go.
Head on up to the stage.
It's your safety net.
It is. I don't know what to do with my hands.
You don't know what to do with a lot of things in life. We'll get to that later. That's a conversation for another time. But let's get to our first fan question. This one comes from Danny. I think you're going to like this one. Have you ever seen a team that refused to put their best lineup in the final games of the regular season for a playoff push like the Astros?
Look, Dusty's going to do what Dusty does. It's been a bit perplexing all year long, the lineups that he's thrown out there and why and when certain players are playing and certain players aren't playing, like Yainer Diaz, who should have been playing more all year long.
Yes.
I don't know. I agree. It's weird. Some of the lineups are weird, but you know what? So is Dusty and the way that he handles a lineup. And that's kind of been, Dusty's a player manager, World Series champion player, World Series champion manager. And I don't know. I'm not going to question him, but yeah, sometimes the lineups just leave you scratching your head a little bit. And obviously this is the most important week of the year. And they're coming off of, at the time, the most important series of the year, when you have the Mariners and Rangers going to beat up on each other, and you get the cupcake opponent of the Royals, and you don't take advantage of it. So a head scratcher for sure.
All right, next one comes from Savannah.
Okay.
Is it time for Seattle to just trade a few of their really good young pitchers for some hitters to help out the offense?
No. No,
hold on to that gold.
I love their young pitching. I think they could attack what they need to at the trade deadline, or in the offseason with free agency.
Yeah.
But I love the Mariners are where they are because of these arms, because of the Logan Gilberts of the world and the George Kirbys and the Woos and all of these young guys that they have. I like them a lot, and I think they're going to be a vital part of this organization for a long time to come. And I think the answer offensively is I just didn't think they did enough this offseason. I would have liked to see them do more, and they certainly have the money and the ability and the want to be good. So go out and get some bigger pieces and see what you can do. Maybe Shohei.
I was going to say, I was like, do you think they're going to go for
I think they're in play.
Ohtani?
I think the Mariners are in play.
Who is going to be
Shohei.
able to hit next season, but then not pitch until the following. So kind of makes sense if they have the money. We know he spent an offseason up in Seattle.
I think the Mariners are in play for Shohei Ohtani. I really do. Yeah.
Okay, we got one more fan question. This one comes from Tyler. Simple, sweet. Who's your Super Bowl pick?
Oh, Super Bowl pick. Well, Cowboys fan. I've said this continually about my Cowboys for many years. People ask me what I think about Dak. I think Dak is a good quarterback, not a great quarterback, and is going to struggle to win 3 or 4 in a row in the biggest games of his career.
Yep.
And I don't think they're going to be able to win. I wouldn't pick the Cowboys.
I mean, he just lost to one of the worst teams in the NFL this weekend.
Yeah, but they're good. Hey, they're 2-1. Let's. Come on. come on now. They're still good.
So
I don't
Super
think
Bowl pick.
my
Who's
Super
your
Bowl
Super Bowl
pick is
pick?
not the Cowboys. I'm
Yeah.
going to say, let me go off the grid here a little bit,
Okay.
off the radar here. I'm going to take, this is a dumb pick.
Okay.
I'll take the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh, see, I have the 49ers and the Dolphins in the Super Bowl, and I'm taking the
Okay.
49ers.
Okay.
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan's offense and the weapons that he has, Brock Purdy is the perfect, just like, facilitator.
Yep, he's
in
pretty
that.
good.
He's pretty good. So, yeah.
Is that the final question?
That's the final question, but I think we have an extra innings.
We do. This was awesome.
This was amazing.
Over the weekend in Cincinnati with Joey Votto. It was one of the coolest things that, obviously, Joey Votto is a legend.
He is.
And he is a
Fan favorite.
He is a fan favorite there. Borderline Hall of Fame guy.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best first basemen that we've seen in our lifetimes. And for him to potentially be playing his final home game at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, and the ovation that he got, the tip of the helmet, it was really special. It gave me goosebumps watching it. It was a really cool moment to see, and shout out all the fans for realizing the moment, and Votto for taking the moment and backing
and
out
the
of the
umpire,
box.
too. Like, you talked to the umpire. They kind of, you couldn't ignore the moment. And he took a step back, took out his helmet. You can tell he's getting emotional, too. Like, really, really taking it in. He's a special human, not just player, but you can tell how much he loves the fans, how much he loves the game, and he's got a great, hilarious personality. So if he stops, I hope he gets into media because he is absolutely hilarious, and we need to see more of Joey Votto. This can't be it.
I just think with the way he handled that, I think that's
it felt like it was.
It felt like that's it there in Cincinnati, and I don't want to speculate on the end of his career if he wants to play a year elsewhere.
Yeah.
I don't foresee why he would. The Reds are on the come up, and he's talked this year about how, if this is the end, he got to play in meaningful baseball games at the end of September, and he'll forever remember that, and is having some of the most fun he's ever had playing the game of baseball. So really cool moment there for sure.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was special. That does it for this Tuesday episode of Flippin Bats. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever. We're also on all social media, including YouTube, where you can watch every single thing we do at Flippin Bats Pod for all of them. But that does it for this Tuesday episode, my friends. Until next time, peace.